Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to those in the past and the present, and those weird folks in the future. However, not as weird as those folks in the past, you know who you are. Welcome back to another team preview. I don't think I'm perfectly central. That will do. Welcome in though, everyone. Hope you're doing very, very well. We're 2 teams down, 8 teams to go, and a team that looks always so strong, yet cannot get past the quarterfinals. So they didn't bribe, but certainly did bribe me to take away quarterfinals this year. Is Supreme General's cock. Ha ha ha, yes, I know. Craig Overton CC. We don't do that here. But no, Craig Overton CC always looks strong on paper, always do well in groups. And yet when it gets to the quarters, it gets that knockout cricket, all of a sudden, well, I don't handle the pressure too well. They retained just 4 players, and one of them, obviously, Craig Overton CC, was Craig Overton, and he captains the side again. A man that I don't think had the best of skits, to be honest. I think he had a good skiff, but he didn't have a good skit. Loads of random words here. Just 1 wicket, economy over 11, but we all know exactly what he can produce. He was a lot better in the skiff, and I think that's what Supreme is going for. Also, I think Craig Overton has something on Supreme, so I don't think he's actually allowed to do anything apart from retain him and captain him. So there you go. Also kept Tabriz Shamsi, and in terms of his, it's mad. We get to the end of the tournament and we think, well, Tab had a bit of a in the group stage especially, he had a bit of a quiet one. 7 wickets, economy of 7.57. I mean, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. But that seems to be quiet for Tabriz Shamsi. The last 2 tournaments he's been phenomenal, and he is certainly a man that, you know, will stay at the Craig Overton CC for a long, long time. And the other 2, Angus Guy, Scottish contingent, went up 550. Got there in the end. All the 5s. 50k, 250k. He actually did have a quite good tournament. Didn't really do much until towards the end, but high score of 46, strike rate of 164, 79 runs in 3 innings. That's not bad at all. And also, Shakib. Yeah, I don't really need to, say anything. One of the most explosive run scorers. Also kept his economy down, bowled 90 balls, economy below 8, 5 wickets as well. Admittedly, 3 of those were in the first game, but the economy. One thing that we went over with the Rotherham rejects is that they had a lot of bowlers that bowled a lot of expensive overs. Economy is important because it just puts a bit of pressure back on the batsman. Maybe you cause some charge down, charge down the strip, maybe a few shots that they're not expecting. That's all you need. Those are the 4 retained. In terms of players that have come in that are new, there's a lot of players that haven't played in the skits before. Devon Conway and Phil Salt come in. Devon Conway is a completely new draft option coming in from, obviously, New Zealand. And also a left-handed batsman. So we all know Supreme likes his left, right, left, right, left, right. That fits the mould. Phil Salt was explosive, had a good one-day experience with England. I think he looks good. So those 2 at the top. Shakib at 3. Angus Guy at 4. David Miller and Scott Steele as well at 5 and 6. Left hand, right hand. Scott Steele, I mean, I don't think he has the strongest options for Scotland. We'll go on to the 3rd option in a second. But Scott Steele, he can bowl a bit. Has bowled a bit and a bit expensive as well. He can bat a bit and he can be explosive. But 25 from 20, maybe just finding his feet. You've also got David Miller. And I think David Miller's really, really good player in real life. And I think hopefully he can carry that across to the skits as well. In terms of other batsmen we've got on the bench, just got 2 more. Travis Head there, going down from 250 to 200k. Didn't really do too well for TDP, but players always, perform well in some teams and don't perform well in other teams, so maybe that could be a masterstroke from Supreme. Will Jacks is another one that maybe could come in for a domestic player, but at the same time I don't really know where he'd fit in. I think Phil Salt and Angus Guy are set in stone. Potentially looking at Jordan Thompson, who we'll go on to now. I think he's a good little nifty pick. 100k, right arm medium, And we know that's hard to get away. Some people really struggle with it. Some of the best right-arm medium bowlers out there, looking at Colin Monroe, Josh Butler, have all bowled significantly well in the SCITT. So that could be a masterstroke. In terms of bowlers, they have got a plethora of bowlers. Craig Overton obviously captain the side. I think Trent Bolt's a great pick, just 300k. He had an expensive time though at Giles Moles, but left arm, it's always a good option to have a left arm bowler. Matthew Parkinson, we know exactly what he can do, and surprised he didn't get a game for the Pies. So 300k, we don't know what to expect in the SCITT. He bowled all right in the skiff for my team, the Curtioy Crushers. It will be interesting to see what he does here in the SCITT. Sabri Shamsi, as well as another man, bowling wise, we've gone over him. He's a left arm leg spin. There's not too many of them since Darcy Short, well, disappeared. Just him and Yadav, so he's a really, really good differential pick. And other bowlers on the bench, you've got Ollie Stone, Lockie Ferguson, big, fast bowlers. I'd expect them to sort of come in and out of the team depending on the surface, because there's not any real pace in that team there. You've got, well, three actual pace bowlers. Thompson with the medium pace, who maybe could come out for Ollie Stone, and Overton and Bolt with the fast medium. So I would expect one of them to come in, maybe Stone for Thompson, have Craig Overton back down at 7. And of course you've got Mark Watt. Well, thanks for that. Little bit of commentary there from JW. In terms of that though, it's quite a decent looking team. The problem I do find again with the spinners is that there's not an actual bowling off spinner. Now that's not exactly key, because a lot of teams will have quite right hand heavy teams, and if you've got a leg spin of Matthew Parkinson, you've got the slow left arm of Shakib, you've got the slow left arm of Mark Watt. They're all turning away from the right hander, so that is something that's key. But they've only got Will Jacks and Scott Steele as off spinners. Of course they've got Tabri Shamsi, who will bowl it away from left handers as well, and will act as an off spinner, turning it the same way as an off spinner for 2 overs. It's just, I think I know he likes to, people like to have sort of a tick list, and you've got left hand bats a few, right hand bats a few. I just think they've missed a trick on the off spin, but there's good variation in the bowling. There's a lot of slots open in both the batting and the bowling, and there's no one, I wouldn't say there's an 11 set in stone here. You've got Trent Bolt that could come out and bring Lockie Ferguson in. You've got Jordan Thompson that could come out and bring Ollie Stone in. You've got Phil Salt that could come out and bring Will Jackson. You've got David Miller that could come out and bring Travis Head in. And you've got Mark Watt that... Thanks JW again for coming in with that. So yeah, that's pretty much that on Supremes. Craig Overton CC is a team that can be feared. I don't think it's looking as strong as recent years, but one thing that I think they've done much better this time is they've got good replacements in every area, which I think they were a bit weak whenever you saw, for example, when Tabri Shamsi and Craig Overton were rested, they were a lot weaker. I think when Shakib wasn't firing, they were a lot weaker. But I think there's good, at least the groundwork is there to have people there that can support the main players. There's Tabri Shamsi, the Shakibs, the Angus guys. So there we have it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed yourself. Tomorrow we've got another team. Which team? Don't know. But cheers all for watching. See you all again shortly. Ta-ta, and farewell, and smile.